That's a sentiment surely shared by the thousands of people visiting the different exhibits downtown.
And 13 on your side's Julie Driggis joins us live again from downtown Grand Rapids, and it's a decent night out there to come see the art.
Val and Nick, at the center of ArtPrize is the Grand Rapids Art Museum, and this year it is hosting a very special exhibit, a nonprofit that empowers disabled artists with disabilities who paint and draw, and has wrapped the entire building of the museum in words and drawings that were given from stories of the disabled during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's really powerful. 13 on your side's Keely Lovern has more on this inspirational exhibit.
My dearest friends, we mustn't let this be forgotten. Just a few words that have now created an art exhibit unlike any before.
The first time I viewed the exhibit, I almost cried.
Oakley Thiele is the artist behind the masterpiece.
It was the fact that there was this guy on the side of the museum that was using a wheelchair. I really found that a representation that I've been searching for.
The project is called My Dearest Friends, and it all started with a poem.
Hearing family and friends say oh, don't worry, only the disabled and chronically ill will die from this pandemic. I was having this mental breakdown, and I just wrote out this poem trying to process what was happening.
Grand Rapids' own nonprofit group Disart was so inspired by Thiele's words they wanted to collaborate for a bigger purpose.
And we asked disabled people from all over the world to tell us what they're experiencing during COVID-19 and during the pandemic.
People from all over the world have sent in their testimonies to Thiele, more than 450 of them. And then she brings them to life through individual illustrations.
So each one is made for that specific story.
Disart is also using ArtPrize as a way to make Grand Rapids more accessible. So they've launched a new digital app called Demand Access.
And we are asking Grand Rapids, all of us, to identify inaccessible things throughout our city.
App users can then drop a pin at that location, and Disart will create an entire map to give to the city of Grand Rapids at the end of ArtPrize.
And it will give them literally a map, a starting point, right, to work on some of those things.
So whether it's looking and reading at the stories from the disabled at the Art Museum or contributing to making the city more accessible, this team is hoping to make positive changes for their community.
It really shows that disabled people have a place, right, in Grand Rapids, but we also have a place in the world more generally.
In Grand Rapids, Keely Lovern, 13 on your side.